Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it's time to focus. And today, for the final time this season, we are focusing on the Chicago Bulls and their playoff run of 2025. And I thought going into this, they were they battled. They had a great end of the season to be able to make it to the 9 seed, to be able to host the play-in game against the Miami Heat. But it was all Tyler Hero. It was all Miami Heat. I mean, that game, even behind Tyler Hero's 38 points, the final score, Bulls lose 109 to 90, and hands down, that wasn't even the close part. This team was hitting everything they needed to. They were getting down there, getting their shots. The Bulls got to that point already in the second quarter where they're like, we got to continue to shoot 3-pointers. And again, they're that kind of team. If you're not going to make your 3-pointers in the game, you're not going to win. And they try to get back in the game with Josh Giddey and Kobe White, and it just wasn't enough as they were unable to get anything against the Miami Heat. They played terrible in that game, an embarrassment. After such a great ending to the regular season, they came out completely flat against the Miami Heat, and they lose that one. That's the third straight year the Bulls have lost to the Heat in the play-in. So if you're early betting on the play-in next year, odds are it's going to be the Miami Heat against the Chicago Bulls. Now, I came in with a lot of optimism coming into this season, even though that was a different team. Zach LaVine was still on it, but I thought the Bulls were going to have a better record and finish better this year. And unfortunately, they finished their regular season with the same exact record. So, take it for what it's worth. And they are a team that you were hoping would play what they did in the end of the season. Once LaVine got traded, I think hopefully is the sign. There was a bright future here with the Chicago Bulls team. You look at them, I think you have Giddey, you have White, you have Ayo healthy, you have Lonzo Ball healthy. I think you got to figure out the big boys. Pat Williams has been a disappointment with his contract. Nikola Vucevic is kind of a waste of space. We'll see if they can figure out those two spots, figure out big men, whether it's through the draft or figure out through the something else. And is Billy Donovan done? Do they need a new answer? They just fired Mike Malone, I believe it is Mike Malone. He just won an NBA championship a couple of years ago with the Nuggets, and they fired him. I know it might have been something, I don't know. It had to be something inside, so it could be him. I don't know. But maybe that's just Billy Donovan no one's listening to anymore. So we'll see what happens there as well. But overall, just a terrible look for the Chicago Bulls to end the season. But don't let that frustrate you. I think I think this Bulls team is going to have optimism. But also their GM has to get his head out of his ass to think that that's positive or is a positive year. I think you're looking at probably attendance. You're not looking at the team on the court. I think you got to build around this team. I just told you, build around Kobe White. You got to re-sign Josh Giddey because now he's gone. So if you don't re-sign him, you're already putting your back against the wall unless I'm hearing trades for possibly Ja Morant, for Zion Williamson. So we'll see if there's any big trades or anything like that. But this team's got to come out. This is a passionate fan base, but you're going to lose a lot of people. There's not much winning going on in Chicago right now, so they're getting pretty sick of it. So hopefully this team looks good going into 2025-26 season. I think you got to enjoy the ride they were on. They had some great wins, like especially that one against the Lakers, the half-court shot. They swept the Lakers. You don't want to lose that in the fact that they got embarrassed on national TV in the playoffs and only lasted probably a quarter. So we'll see what happens next. But I think overall it's a positive season, but you want more, and we'll see if this front office gives it to you. Is Billy Donovan still going to be the head coach the next time we have a Bulls focus in October? Who's going to be on this team? Is Josh Giddey still a Bull? We'll find all that. We'll have answers to all that coming up. And I believe, unless we'll do one in the summer when free agency starts, have a Bulls focus. But we'll see what happens, but I'm optimistic, but just a sucky way to end the season and we had a way to go out on. So that'll do it for us for the Bulls focus. Tomorrow we're going to focus on the rest of the play, and we're going to try to do it a little behind because I want to have a whole round done before we talk playoffs. So no NHL playoffs tomorrow. It's just going to be solely NBA, and then we'll do NBA and NHL starting next week, NBA recapping the first round. Tomorrow we'll be focusing on the NBA play-in tournament. Comment below your thoughts on this Bulls season. Are you disappointed? Are you giving up? Like the video if you like what you hear, and subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel every Monday through Friday, 3:12 Central. We are focusing on Chicago sports. I'm Ryan Yanishadis from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.